The following is a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. For more information, please visit our website at www.dallasgenealogy.org.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We're going to start. I want to thank you all for the challenges of getting here. We've had a lot of help and support from the library, the director of the library, Joe Gedice, the library staff, Stephanie Bennett. Information has changed several times sometimes, and so we know it was a challenge, and we really appreciate you being here. We're going to start out with Kathleen coming up and going over the schedule of the awards. We're going to have the awards, and then all that wonderful food you've been smelling for a while, we will have lunch then shortly after that. So Kathleen, if you would, come on up.
While she's coming up, can we just say clapping for everybody to put this thing together?
Yes.
Okay, we're going to give out 6 awards. Everybody can hear? Okay, we're going to give out 6 awards today, the usual ones for those of you who have been here before, and then we're going to make 2 gifts. So we're going to start with the first award, which is the Award of Merit, and Susan Younger will be presenting.
All right. The Award of Merit is presented to a DGS member who has consistently contributed time, talent, expertise, and abilities to the society over a period of time. The individual receiving the Award of Merit for 2019 has certainly met these criteria and more. His active service to DGS community began in 2010 and started with contributions as webmaster, where he worked with Todd DeDecker to redesign the DGS website and move it to a WordPress website. He retrieved archived versions of records previously indexed by DGS volunteers and made those available on the website. The records included county tax, district court, probate, marriage, mortality schedules. And that's just among a few. He designed the online searchable databases for the Dallas County cemeteries and McGowan Funeral Home records, and more. His fundraising efforts resulted in grants and contributions through the North Texas Giving Day that allowed DGS to publish online all newsletters, the quarterlies, the Dallas Journal, Pegasus, and the Dallas probate cases 1846 to the early 1900s. And these were published on both the Portal to Texas History and the DGS website. He initiated the program where we record the DGS general meetings and making them available online. He co-chaired and helped organize the first meetings of the North Texas Genealogical Societies to discuss solutions and problems that are common to all of the societies. He served the DGS board in the following capacities: 2010 to 2015 as webmaster, 2014 as director of education, 2014 to 2017 as leader of the technology SIG group, 2015 to 2017 as president, 2017 to 2019 as past president, and currently back as our webmaster. Now be careful how long you stick around. We start recycling. Okay, other awards that he's received: 2010 DGS Volunteer of the Year. In 2011, 2015, and 2019, the Texas State Genealogical Society's first prize for website by a partner society. In 2015, the TSGS Volunteer of the Year, and last year, 2018, the President's Special Award. I literally could go on. It is my great pleasure to recognize Tony Hansen as a recipient of the 2019 Award of Merit. Yes. All right. So, picture.
All right, so we'll move right along, but I had 2 opening comments that I forgot to say. The first one is I want to thank the awards committee, Patty Huff, and Gayla Bush, and Jean Larson, and myself. We are the ones. And then I want to thank our members. This year, we redesigned the submission, how awards were submitted, nominations were submitted, and we had more nominations this year than we have, to my best of my knowledge, in the last 8 years. So we like to, it just makes our job so much easier as the committee to hear from folks who really want to recognize somebody. So thank you for that. We're looking to get 20 next year, so speak to your friends. All right, so we'll move on to the second award. The second award is the Volunteer of the Year, and presenting that award is Sharon Bowles, who is not on the awards committee.
Yes, it is. And I don't have anything.
Oh, you want to use my high voice?
But that's okay. I could extemporaneously speak.
Talk to Kathleen.
Okay. All right. Well, now this person, the Volunteer of the Year, they are the poster child for a perfect volunteer. She projects warmth and caring and enthusiasm, loyalty, and she's always the first one to raise her hand when help is needed in any area. And she often does things that might be overlooked, such as providing some gift baskets for those travel-weary seminar leaders when they arrive in town, sending cards of congratulation or comfort to our members of concern, delivering lunch and treats to the 7th and 8th floor DPL librarians to show appreciation for them. And she's also a very knowledgeable genealogist, and she's very eager to help others further their own research. She staffs the genealogical help table at the general meetings, and she is also well known for being willing to fill in as a speaker when we get speaker requests with very short notice and do a very competent job. And she is always providing encouragement and coaching to others. Now, she also always volunteers to decorate our environment and puts together all these wonderful bonus prizes, and you can see example of the baskets today. And all of these touches just really add, I think, to the pleasant ambiance of our meetings and so forth. And her enthusiasm is just contagious. We're very lucky to have Patty Huff-Smith. They tricked you. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have to move over here.
Ready?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, good.
Okay, we'll move on to our third award, which is the Heritage Preservation Award. It's given to an individual or a group or an organization that make a contributions to preserve, conserve, house, or collect family history, which is one of the key and primary missions of our society. And the person who will be presenting this award is Stephanie Bennett from the Dallas Public Library.
Good afternoon. I am honored to present the Heritage Preservation Award to a very special group today. From 2018 to 2019, the Dallas Public Library's Genealogy and History Division hosted a dedicated team of volunteers who worked for countless hours to organize Lloyd DeWitt Bogstrad's research, papers, and mementos into an easy-to-use manuscript collection. With 6 tall file cabinets full of seemingly unorganized material, this group certainly had their work cut out for them. The volunteer group was intensely organized, and they carefully laid out an organizational plan to curate Lloyd's papers. This group organized, applied preservation measures, completed labeling and boxing the material, produced a finding aid, all in the course of 14 months. Additionally, the group scanned various papers from Lloyd's collections, including his famous bibliographies and his many lineage applications. These digitized resources are available today through the Dallas Genealogical Society's website. After digitization was completed, the physical collection was turned over to the Dallas Public Library at the completion of the project. And researchers from all over now have access to the 33 archival boxes that are cataloged and available for researchers on the 8th floor. And I'm going to recognize this exemplary team. And if you could stand so that we can recognize everyone who contributed. The team was led by Susan Younger and consisted of DGS members Tony Hansen, Sammy Townsend Lee, Jean Larson, Patrick McKinney, Kelvin Myers, Kathleen Murray, Terry O'Neill, and Barbara Ware. And then supporting the team effort with time, expertise, and archive materials. And thank you so much for putting up with how long it takes for the city to order things. We're myself, Brian Collins, and Sultana Vest from the 7th floor. Lloyd's wish was that his research and papers be preserved at the library that he worked at for so many years. This project was led by such a special group of volunteers and is a wonderful tribute to Lloyd. We want to recognize the efforts of this team to preserve the important legacy of Lloyd DeWitt Boxer. Is going to be accepting the award.
Thank you. And it was a group effort. It really was. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of work, but I do thank all the members, whether it was hauling boxes in or moving them around. It was a special project. So.
The fourth award is the President's Special Award, and our president is getting her picture taken. And at the leisure of the president, it is presented to one or more people who have provided exceptional support or services that made a major contribution to our society in the last year. So, Susan.
Okay, this year I am pleased to recognize someone who has worked behind the scenes doing tasks that most of us and most of the members are completely unaware of, but from which we all benefit. The DGS website and administrative systems are indeed a collaborative effort by a few very talented people. You may already know how much effort Tony Hansen, Todd DeDecker, and Susan Rainwater has put into making our website and its contents into an award-winning site. However, there was yet another person who assisted with the website and other technical issues. Some of the services that he provided was he prepared old laptops for disposal or reuse, assisted in installing the website's SSL certificate, substantially rewrote the HT access file, helped resolve redirect issues related to our multiple domain names, fixed several PHP issues, including one related to the cemetery search form, and has contributed photos to the website. I know some of that is true geek talk for most of us.
Yeah.
And I honestly have no idea what HT access files are, but they're important. And it's essential that we have people who understand the technical requirements for our administrative systems and website. Today, I present the President's Award to Steve Rainwater, Susan's husband, who for all the help and support he has given DGS. Steve is not here today, so Susan will accept the award on his behalf. We do appreciate all the help. Are we doing photos? Stand a little more.
Do your best imitation.
Of Steve. Steve will just be baffled.
All right, so now we'll move on to the Renee Jackson Smith Award.
Rainy.
It's Rainy.
Rainy Jackson.
Rainy?
Well, that would be who I met. Renee. How do you say this name? Renee. Okay, I do not know her. I apologize. I don't mean to bastardize her name. It provides, this particular award provides the DGS Seminar Scholarship in recognition of an important contribution of an individual to the society. Generally speaking, the contribution falls a bit outside of the other categories that we have. So presenting this award is Patty Huff Smith.
Thank you, Kathleen. I am super excited about presenting this award to a very talented gentleman who has not only helped the society, but he also helped me personally with his amazing talent. And I would highly recommend this gentleman if you have any need for what I'm about to share. Ken Johnston is a genealogist and professional artist. This past year, he volunteered his time and his talents to design and craft our seminar website, our seminar marketing materials. Both the brochures and the themed images that are used on our DGS website and the DGS e-newsletter and our social media site. Ken designed individual postcards for each of the 2018 and 2019 seminar speakers, which, by the way, you will find our 2020 at your table. Additionally, he donated posters advertising 3 2018 and 3 2019 speakers. These posters reside in the genealogical section of the Dallas Public Library and are also featured at the DGS tables at local and state genealogical events. In 2019, he also volunteered to create and redesign our Dallas Genealogical Society membership brochure, which, by the way, if you have not joined, we do have additional brochures out in the lobby there. DGS is grateful for Ken for his professionalism, for our promotional materials, and we wish to thank him with scholarships to the 3 2020 DGS seminars. Thank you so much for your contribution, Ken Johnston.
By the way, this is 2 years in a row, isn't
Okay, our final award is the Lloyd DeWitt Boxtrup Distinguished Service Award. It recognizes an individual who has made outstanding contributions to the genealogical community on a national level. We've had many distinguished persons receive this. You would know many of the names, and we're very proud to give this award again today. And Kayla Bush will be presenting.
This year's recipient is Susan Kaufman, manager of the Clayton Library Center for Genealogical Research of the Houston Public Library. Sue began her library career in the Peoria Public Library System. She later worked with Kurt Witcher at the Allen County Public Library. And since she's been at the helm of the Clayton Library since 2006, the Clayton Library has become one of the most outstanding genealogical libraries in the U.S. She's been involved and active in the genealogical community throughout her career, serving on the boards of the Illinois, Indiana, Texas state genealogical societies. She served as a member of the Federation of Genealogical Societies Board of Directors and is president of the Texas State Genealogical Society. And she now serves TSGS as Director of Education. In 2019, Sue was named a Fellow of the Texas State Genealogical Society, and she recently received the ProQuest P. William Philby Award for Outstanding Lifetime Contributions to Genealogical Librarianship from the National Genealogical Society. In addition to all of her leadership roles throughout her career, she's a highly sought-after speaker for state and national conferences. She's a true road warrior, and never more than today, and an educator par excellence. Sue is especially valued for her mentorship of genealogy staff, and not just with her own staff, but with anyone who comes into contact with her. I was one of the privileged people who benefited from Sue's wisdom and her experience when I worked here at Dallas Public Library. She's that rare person who's a combination of passion, genealogy, knowledge, and kindness. And she's used these attributes to cast a wide sphere of influence over the genealogical world. Please join me in honoring Sue.
You're welcome. Yeah. I was wondering, because I wanted to say, so I knew Lloyd. I actually, Lloyd was kind of an interesting guy. my first sort of meeting Lloyd was in Illinois. Some of you might remember the Genealogical Institute of Mid-America that we used to do in Illinois, and Lloyd would come, and I was in Fort Wayne at that point, and Lloyd would always say, "We have this in Dallas. Do you have this in Fort Wayne?" But he, in my entire years of being a genealogy librarian, there were a couple genealogy librarians who I always were like, wow, Kurt Witcher and of course Lloyd. I was amazed to encounter his overheads also in his bibliographies. But always have the ability to know that, he always really cared about, my goodness, the library world and everybody that he encountered, and me too. And so I'm very, very honored to receive this award. It's amazing. Thank you all. In case you're wondering, all those overheads are very accessible up on the side. Quite popular demand. All right, so that ends the awards portion of the program, and I'm going to turn this back over to Sue Younger to go forward. And Tony.
Well, Tony's going to come up. We have two announcements on contributions by DGS. Tony's going to give the first one.
So as many of you know, the Dallas Genealogy Society published a quarterly publication from the inception of the society through 1994. And these publications contain a wealth of information about the early history of the society, the Dallas Public Library, and articles documenting genealogy research performed by members such as you. So in 2017, the board decided that we really had to digitize these documents and get them archived up on the portal to Texas History, and so we undertook to do that. We applied for and received a Rescuing Texas History grant from the university in the amount of $1,000. And then through the North Texas Giving Day and the generous donations of people in this organization raised the rest of the funds. And I'm happy to say that the work has been completed. The quarterlies are available up on the portal for all genealogists to enjoy for as long as the portal exists. The portal has also created an endowment fund, the Kathy Nelson Hartman Portal to Texas History Endowment Fund, to ensure the continued operation of the portal throughout time. And as part of our commitment, when we raised the funds, we said any money that was left over was going to be donated to that cause. And so we had a little over $200, and the board rounded that up to a nice round $250. So I've got a check that I will mail to the portal for the amount of $250. They didn't want to brave the traffic today, then as brave as you are. But we will mail them the check, and it will add to the endowment that they've already established to continue its operation. So thank you all for this very much.
The last thing we want to recognize is the effort of society members like all of you in fundraising through the seminars and through other projects. We are able to give gifts to the Dallas Public Library Genealogy section. And so this year, Stephanie gave me 3 spreadsheets full of books, a list of books, which we have now received most of them. We're still waiting on a few. This is a total of just over about $2,700 worth of books. But what we are working on now is to pay for a subscription, an annual subscription to historygeo.com. It is a wonderful online application about land records, first landowners in federal land states. And that we are working with the IT department here at the library and to provide the subscription to that. And so that's the kind of gifts we are able to give to the library this year. I do want to thank all of you for your part in that. It is through your work, your supporting our programs, that we are able to provide these resources to the Dallas Public Library. We will be putting a list of those books out on our blog, so watch for that as we get those books in. I think we just have a few left to receive, and then they will be available to you. That's right?
Yes.
And so we don't have a time schedule yet for the History Geo, but we are working on it as we speak. All right. Thank you all for coming, but I do want to thank the group that turned up yesterday to help set up this group. So please, all of you, stand up. Stand up. Kathleen was here too, so we do appreciate that. We appreciate the library for their support in today, and our Jordan and Brody, we really can't do it without them. Stephanie, again, it's just been great, the kind of support they have. We are going to eat now, but as we start this, Patty will come up and talk about an app we want you to use. It's a family search. Cousins.
If you have your tree loaded up to familysearch.org, there's an app on your phone. You can go to the app and you're going to click on relatives around you. And what this is going to do, we'll be able to find out in our group who we might be related to. And I already know a couple of my cousins because I found them on Ancestry and doing genealogy programs like this. But I'd like to meet some more cousins. So what you need to do is download that app on familysearch.org on your phone. And then you're going to go to the menu item. And you're going to look for relatives around me. And click on that. If you find a relative here in the group, be sure to take a screenshot because you might not be connecting with that 10th cousin on your tree, but they may have information you don't have, so be sure to take a screenshot of it. So we'll be doing that as we're serving and eating and hopefully find some new cousins.
About the door prizes.
Oh, and by the way, we have door prizes. If you have not put your tickets in, please put your tickets in for door prizes, and we will be drawing those shortly.
Want to talk about the stuff on the tables?
Yeah,
Under each
I
chair.
updated it.
And they'll be able, yeah, okay. But
Okay, we also have today, if you would like each table that has a flower on it, any decor, there is one chair that has a little Christmas sticker. This time I didn't put it on the bottom of the chair, so you don't have to stand on your head. It's in the left top corner of the back. And you're the lucky winner. If you don't want it, you can pass it on to somebody else. And you can say anything except the rest. I'm sorry. Hopefully,
big thing to get used to. That's amazing. Yeah. I was like, I am not. It was the driving force, especially the mapping system. Having to like these, these all these terms that goes on. Okay, we'll
I just was thinking oh yeah. Forgot about that. That was so fun. I had
This has been a presentation of the Dallas Genealogical Society. If you're already a member, thank you. Your membership dues are supporting this and other society activities. If you're not yet a member, I hope you consider joining. You can become a member for as little as $35 a year, and you can join by going to our website, dallasgenealogy.org, and clicking on the membership tab.